All right. So once
Yes,
again,
sir.
I welcome all of you for the day two session of our 2 days workshop, and have with us Dr. Natika Poddar, ma'am. And thank you, ma'am, for being with us. And yesterday's session was indeed fantastic. It was wonderful session. And I request you also, ma'am, once you explain everything, also tell us about how to go about, because what my experience is, some colleges they'll be getting time and again funding from DST or ICSSR, UGC, and some of the colleges faculty, even they are qualified, they are not able to get it. Maybe there will be some ways, okay, wherein we can get it done. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly please take over the session. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much, sir. I'll do the needful. Okay. So, quick recap, everyone. Yesterday, we have seen uh, what is the process which is being followed in various agencies if you want to apply for any research proposal grant, and the recent ICSSR ongoing proposal. Also, we saw how the guidelines is. So, as sir was rightly saying, ki some of the faculty members they do not get, and they try also. That is due to the reason of the guidelines. They do not get selected if they are not eligible, and incomplete information if they give, and the topic, the area what they have taken is not like as per the need of an hour. So if there are a lot of research areas or project which is being done in similar areas, then possibility that you may not get it. That is the case. And also we need to keep in mind when we are applying that the topic which we have taken, it is benefit to the society and some benefit to the policy, right? Society, policy, general public at large, we need to see that. If suppose that is not being taken care of, then it may happen that we may not get it. So these things we need to keep in mind. Second thing, we also saw yesterday the various agencies which are there, not only ICSSR, the other agencies also who give the research proposal grant. So you have to repeatedly see, you will not get any updates notification by yourself. So you have to continuously visit this website, whichever is of your interest area, whether any new upcoming proposals are being, called for by these agencies. So you have to regularly visit the website for any of the updates. Then only you will get to know. And then you need to read the guidelines, you need to see the eligibility, you need to see what is the current topics in trend which you can do, and then you need to apply for it. So this is what we have seen yesterday about the framing of topic, at the same selection of topic rather, even how to frame the objectives. I also showed you the justification of research methodology which is required, because when we had interviews, we have seen most of the questions which were rotating was around justification of research methodology only. We normally say randomly we have selected 1000, 2000. The population may be 10 or 12 times more than that. Then how I decided to take just 1000, 1200 population for taking the responses. So you have to justify it, like how I showed yesterday with the table and everything. So that is what is justification of research methodology which we need to give. I hope till here it is clear with everyone. Anyone, any doubt or wants me to elaborate on any of the aspect? I showed you all some of the past uh, work also, research proposal work, wherein we have applied and we have got it. Whatever I have shown yesterday was the projects which we have got, right? So this is what one of the, you can see my screen, benefit to society and policy maker. This is very important. You need to elaborate like how your project, how your research proposal will be benefited to government authorities. And Gitanjali ma'am is not connected today yet. Yesterday, when she asked, I said we have to be very careful of the wordings. Then we say, yeah, it will be useful to government, the recommend measures which we are giving, right? So policymakers can also identify potential locations, like such things we are trying to say how this particular project will be benefited to society and policy makers, right? So this is what very, very important for all of us to keep in mind. You are putting the ball in the court of this particular agency, that see, this is what how the society and policy makers would be benefited, how this project is useful for them, and this is what is we are planning to do. So this is, you are putting the ball in their court, then they will see, evaluate, yes, this is very useful to society, yes, their recommendation may bring some changes in the existing schemes. Such kind of if you put some benefits which is for society and policy maker, so they will definitely think, review your proposal. And as I said yesterday also, they never sent a mail if it is rejected. You will never come to know for what reason it was rejected. Will never come to know. And if you try, suppose if you know someone over there, you may get the answer. But if you don't know, and that also I am saying on an extreme case, if you know someone, they may answer, but then very, very rare case that you will get to know the answer for the same key, what was lacking in your project and why it got rejected, right? So we will be just wondering, our efforts got waste, and we will think over it, I did so much efforts, I worked on it, and uh, I didn't get it, right? So that way we try thinking, we keep ourselves convincing I did best work, but I couldn't get all such things, right? So this is what we need to keep in mind, that you will never get the answer for the same, right? Anyone, any doubt till here or any points for discussion? Yes. No doubts? Okay, chalo, let's move further. So, if you see next, which comes is the novelty of your research. When we talk about novelty from the name itself, what is the uniqueness? We call it sometimes, many a times, as a USP of our proposal, USP of our project. So, it's very essential for us to highlight what is the USP of your project. There were earlier papers and then proposals which were done, similar projects are being done, right? So, very essential for us to highlight what is the USP, okay, of the proposal. So, see how it can be drafted when we talk about the novelty. Like the novel idea means something unique. That is what we are discussing, USP of it. So, it could be an approach that purposefully attempts to add more understanding to the current knowledge base. You are already well versed in it, and it is adding more uniqueness to it, right? So even like when we talk about in scientific publishing also, so novel, when we talk about, we need to be careful that this is not having any negative results. So why it is precious, why you think karke aise there was previously work being done, and now what you are adding to it. So you can see a detailed discussion on novelties being done repeatedly. So it will be very difficult to you to find, if suppose a topic is totally a new topic, there is no literature available. But however, you can still, as I said yesterday, you can put some articles related to it which has come in the paper, some information from any of the news. You can just put all those things, right? Anyone? Any points for discussion?
Hello.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening. Ma'am, one doubt I have
Hmm.
means if we are selecting the subject, how to frame the title of it?
When you
Because
are selecting any particular topic,
yes, so
how?
many times I have written the article manuscripts, and then it got rejected, and I got that I have to change the title. It should be like 12 to 10 to 12 words, and means how to be specific with the title part. If suppose we have selected one topic, so how to go about it?
See, ma'am, first of all, I'll tell you, there are some of the AI tools which you can use, like Jenny is one of the tool which you can use. I'll just put in the chat for your, I'll just type in the chat. You can see, ma'am, this I have put. Even, ma'am, there are research rabbit. This also helps you in, framing your topic, which is related to the area what you have selected. So it also helps you. So this also you can refer. This is you are taking the use of AI tools. Then, as we are discussing, you need to refer lot of papers, lot of journals, and then you will get a clear idea how to frame it. Like yesterday I showed you, right, some of the topics. So when suppose it doesn't come overnight, suppose if any this ICSSR also they release the list, like I'll just show. Okay, wait, one of the list which they released, I will just show you. Okay. Okay. I hope the screen is visible.
No, ma'am. Yeah, it's now visible. Yeah.
Ah, so see, these are the two AI tools which I have put in the chat. Apart from this, this is the list of the results which are being awarded. Okay, so you can see here how the topics are being framed. So this comes with a lot of practice and exercise. So you can see how it is being framed. Right, ma'am? And you can also break it down like what we did. We did on efficiency, effectiveness, and adaptation, for example. These three is your main focus. So your title should speak about it. A study on effectiveness, efficiency, and adaptation of so and so tool. For example, if you're doing that, yeah, so and so scheme. So these three is your main area, which will talk about your objectives, then which will talk about your hypothesis, that way. So from your title itself, your objectives and other things has to be laid down. So you can go through this list of the awardees. This will give you a learning how the title has to be framed. Apart from that, AI tools, what you will be using. So like these other agencies will also be releasing it. So you will get some idea about the framing of the topic. And as I said, the third one, from you have to see what you want to do. I wanted to check efficiency, effectiveness, and even adaptation of scheme. So I have put all these three in my title itself. So I have break down then these three in my objectives.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move further. So seeing we were seeing about the novelty. So it's very important, like we give some time to find like what is the new in our project proposal. And as I was talking, if suppose it's a totally new area, then you will not get any literature review. Then you can still work on it. That will be one of your limitation. So what you will put in review of literature, then related to it, if any announcement which has come in the paper or in the news, all those things you will be highlighting. So that way you will frame your literature. Okay. Okay. So let's move further. So when you say we have to highlight all these things we did, so novelty of your research speaks for itself. However, it is like, good idea to highlight, but write down how your study is different from past studies and what is the novel idea which you are going to present, what you will achieve through this study. So it should highlight actually originality, validity, creativity of your work. Right? So there are various ways actually how you can highlight. The most important is you are coming up with a solution for a problem which is existing or which is unidentified problem. You identified it and you are also giving a solution for it. That way it should be. So the best way to highlight is in your study is by comparing your work with the earlier work done by others and pointing out what different things you had done and which was not done earlier. So all these things should be clearly mentioned in the conclusion also. Then there is another area which is called as expected output. Means once this report project you submit, then what is the output of it? It will get converted to articles, research papers, workshops, seminars, what you will be doing. Or if you are going to present the research paper on it, right? As I said, you all need to take the permission from the respective agencies before it is getting published, your research paper. The permission needs to be taken from the agency because they have clear guidelines wherein the permission needs to be taken from the respective agencies if you are planning to present if you are planning to publish this paper in any of the activity. Okay. Any other queries in this? Yes. Got it? And then further it talks about the identity, like as I said, we were discussing about suitable agencies. Apart from this, I gave the list also yesterday. And most important is the budget. Now you need to have, you got a project. First our concern was we were doing the project. You got the project now, right? You started doing the work. You have to keep a detailed proof of each and every evidence. And yesterday I showed that they are asking from all the government agencies, from wherever you get a research proposal, research grant, they always ask for PMFS account. This PMFS account is a dedicated account which you are only creating for utilizing the funds for the fundings what is being granted, not for any other purpose. So specifically it has to be used only for that purpose only. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Any queries in it? And when I say the evidence, means proper proof with the bill. And the bill has to be in the name of the project director. Yes. It cannot be in the name of someone else. It has to be, the bill has to be in the name of the project director, in whose name the project is being sanctioned. And you have to keep all the supporting documents, original bills. Once the project is over, it has to be reviewed, stamped by the auditor. So audit, there is a format. Every agencies, they have a format. You have to make your bills, your statement rather, it is called as statement of expenses, in that format. Get it audited by CA. With all the supporting, you need to submit it. The policy documents with regards to budget eligibility is very, very essential. Like suppose if it is given only 10% can be spent on field work, but you overlooked it and you are spending 20% of the sanction amount on the field work, then they will not accept it, they will not allow for it. So you have to be very careful. You have applied for 25 lakhs, you only got 12 lakhs. So every place, in every head, your budget is now 50%. So you have to be very careful when you spend it. Okay. Yes. Right. So when we spend, we have to take care, like I have done, within the limits as being asked. Okay. So that is what is about the budget. And further topic selection, as I gave ma'am, even these Google Trends, you can see this link. You can also see the trending topics which are there right now. Okay. Okay. So you will get from this also, which you can see my screen from this Google Trend also. This will also help you to understand the trend topic, which is more in read, more people are reading it, and more topics. These are the hot topics right now, and people are posting a lot about it. So these two are also the link which will give you the trending topic. Like as ma'am was asking how to frame it, this will not help for it. Those two which I said, that will help. This will give you at least the understanding of the topic, trending topics, which could be liked by most of the people, yeah, which could be taken up. And since it is going on right now in the discussion, so this could be taken as one of the area for study. That, and then these are the other alert system also, wherein what are the current topics and which are the areas of interest, that also can be studied. Then these are also some keyword selection which we can do for identifying some of, from the keywords itself. Many a times we can frame our topics. Okay, from the keyword itself, we can identify the topics, and from that itself, we can even frame our topic. Okay. Anyone, any point for discussion?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
good evening, ma'am. If there is no idea, no provided budget format from the agency or
Hmm.
from university funds, in that case, what is the ideal format? How we have
Ma'am,
to perform?
There
or present
is
budget.
always they give you the format. Every agencies they give you the format, okay? And as you were saying, if there is no format, then what we can do it? Then in that case, ma'am, like by your own understanding, you can make a tabular format. Hello? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
I want to
yeah.
know
Hmm.
the general guideline regarding the consumable, non-consumable,
No, so ma'am,
and
what do you need in that guidelines like consumable not? So, like for example, as I said, you can make a tabular
outlet,
format.
general outlet of the
Ah,
budget.
so first will be, ma'am, suppose the field investigator. If you have appointed a field investigator, so his salary, if you are going
Yes,
to appoint,
ma'am.
then his salary, because here there is no norms given, so you can decide what will be his salary. Otherwise,
Okay.
if norms are decided as we are discussing, then
Mm,
you have to give him salary, months is decided, how many months he should be, within what limit, all those. So, like field investigator salary, then field work expenses, which includes the lodging, which includes the traveling, food of yours also, and even for the field, buying some printer to do your work, right? So all these are allowed within the norms. So all these expenses you will put over there. Then after once this is being done, then these are your basic expenses which are there, as I just said. After this, ma'am, even some overhead expenses which are there. So overhead expenses, when we talk about like 10% or some 15%, margin basically is being given always, and you
yes,
can just add that. So these are the basic like expenses which we need to take. Even like, ma'am, even if you are using any statistical tool, software,
yes, yes, ma'am.
if you are buying it, so that expense. Plus, if you're taking a help of a statistician,
Yes, his fees.
right?
Yes,
His fees. Then you might also even, ma'am, do the proofreading, some grammarly check or something like that.
yes.
That expenses also. So
Okay, ma'am.
these were some of the expenses which I was trying to tell. Wherein you can put all these things.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I hope, ma'am, I answered your query.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank Okay. So when we talk about basically the budget, these are the main aspects which we take care, and we always try to see. Okay, right? Any other queries in this areas to anyone?
And ma'am, please guide about the utility certificate.
Please guide about
Utility certificate.
that is utilization certificate. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, same what we were discussing now about all these heads. Same, you put in a tabular format and you are putting the actual expenses. Wait, I'll show you mine. One sample I will show you.
Thank you.
So you can see, ma'am, there is one utilization certificate. Same, it's in Word doc. What I was discussing with ma'am, when you apply, these are the various heads which you are applying. Same heads, the expenses here, I put it in a tabular format and I write the amount. We also write actually here the different amounts and the total also. So like if you see, this is the different amounts and we wrote the total over here. That is what is a utilization certificate, and which is then it's approved, by the chartered accountant. I'll show you one more. See here. Now in this, see how it is being written. You can see there is a bill number written, date of bill, then what was it, and the amount. So that also is being written, right? So when you give the bill, accordingly they can match. See the date, and you can see the heads out of how it is. It is internet, then stationery, then all the traveling expenses and the total expenditure. So this was on, some quarterly basis which we had to submit, from where to where, location, that. So then this needs to be just chartered accountant signs here, and it is being written, submitted. You can see how the voucher and all. You can see how the details of traveling expense and ma'am asks utilization certificate. See how it is being written, title, name, and how much was the amount granted, and see the amount. This total should match with your first page total. These were my main headings. Detail of traveling expense I have shown in the first page. Then here I put a revenue stamp. I sign against it. And then chartered accountant signs here that this is verified and found okay. And we just take his signature and submit. So this is your utilization certificate, and detail of these 11,356 is on this page, right? And these respective head also have further, you can see voucher 3, 4, all these are also put here. Like these 3, 4, 5 to your traveling expense, which is there, it is being also put up, and the other expenses also is being put up here. You can
Ma'am,
see 2,000 and these other total makes to 3, 4, 5, 2. Yes, ma'am.
if there is a difference in plotted budget and
Means,
utilization,
means in what
means
terms, excess or leftover?
excess, both terms, either it is excess
Excess,
or less,
then excess, they will not give you a single penny. Okay,
and
you
if
should
it
have
is
taken
less,
care of. They understand that. And
yes,
if it is less, they will ask you to refund it. It
yeah,
says unutilized amount, right? So if it is
okay,
like this was my final settlement,
yes,
and if you see my expense was more than a balance 20%, if you say, which was there. So for me, this was the excess which was being done.
okay, ma'am. Okay,
Right.
thank you, ma'am.
So that means
Yes,
10,000. Balance 20% means 50,000 ka. 20% is 10,000, but I have
10,000
spent 11,000 something. So they will not give you a single penny.
single pen. Yes, yes,
Mm.
ma'am.
So
Okay,
this is
thank
this format. What you can see, as you asked, ma'am, when there is no format. This utilization certificate, there was no format. So we made it based on our earlier experience and all,
you.
and we did it. Or if there is no format, and if you are experienced enough, if you are applied for any other also earlier, that same format you can also use it.
Okay, ma'am.
But
Thank
if
you.
agency has given you a particular format, then no choice. You cannot deviate. You need to use the same format only. This one. which I was showing you. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other doubts? Clear till here? Okay. Anyone, any further doubts? Okay. So let's continue then further. I'll just go back to my screen. Okay, so I will show now as we discussed yesterday, how the other projects are being done. I'll just show. This was, our final submission. I'll just run through. It's very big, wherein we did this project, if you see, and how the overview, objectives, implementing agency, and then just we have made a summary report. Then the journey of PM, this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, what is a progress scorecard, stakeholders who were there, what was the main objective, salient features of scheme, 5-year plan, impact of it, how it got implemented, their product baskets which are there. We just made small report, what are they offering, then how they procure their products, qualities, then facilities which they give. These are some of the photos of Kendras, why this is important in India. Means we just made a report, then review of literature, what is the research gap. So we did some kind of homework before we applied for our research grant. Yes, any doubt in this area? Any queries?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So further, when we also speak in terms of, wait, I'll show you all some other work also. Okay, some other work also. When we talk about like certain ideas also of framing the area, then we need to also see these ideas are, taken it in a positive manner, because many a times it happens that they will feel that this topic is not at all, of use. See this, which I showed you all yesterday, my topic, but this I didn't show you all. My work, which I have taken actually based on effectiveness of online teachings, students' motivation receptive. And I said this was done during the lockdown. So, how introduction, problem statement, review of literature, which was being done, and then what was the rationale of study. Because if you see, we got to know actually this e-learning online sessions and all from lockdown mostly, but then this was not new, this was existing since years, but then during lockdown it actually picked up. So what is the rationale and the objectives, then the hypothesis was framed, and then around 1200 respondents, and even the region, what test you will apply, then data analysis, findings and conclusion, then suggestions and recommendation and limitations of the study, followed by references. So this was not the final which I could look at, but this was one of the proposal which was applied and the grant was given, which I showed the ma'am. Utilization certificate was of this proposal only. So this, as you see, as I said, it was done during the lockdown, understanding what is the need of that particular topic during that period. One more most important, which before I go to the another discussion, always whenever we are framing, our questionnaire, it has to be in the regional language. Always. Like suppose we are in Maharashtra, so it has to be in the Marathi, Hindi and English. Okay, so we should not forget that it has to be in the regional language also. So it's very important for us we keep in mind that regional language questionnaires are being also done. Suppose if you are talking about Bangalore, so whatever is the regional language of Bangalore, that needs to be done. It needs to be done in that language also. Okay, so we did actually in 3: English, Hindi and Marathi, and we got our questionnaire validated also by doing the pilot study. That also we have done. Right? So, any other queries with regards to your budget or with regards to the identification of topic, even selection of the theme, budget framing, utilization? pilot study. You can do the pilot study by running it in, just among some 15, 20 of the respondents. And then you can, then once you feel, yes, this is now which can be actually used and run, then you can modify if required, or it can be directly used then. Yes. Okay, chalo, let's move further. Let me just share the screen. Okay, structure you follow as it's given in the guidelines. Okay, let me just show you all the other work which was being done. So as I was saying, see, we have done our, wait, it didn't get open. See, we have done our questionnaire in Hindi. Actually, we had 3 target audience. One was doctors, one was Kendras, the owner of the Kendras, and the third was respondents, general public. So we made 3 questionnaire, means for these 3 target audience means total 9. This is Hindi for doctors. Then we made Hindi for general public. Then we made Hindi for the Kendras. Same, 3 in Marathi for these 3 target audience, 3 in English. Now, like suppose you don't know actually how to convert it into Marathi or Hindi, you know only English, then it can be done actually by the external people, and they charge, and this bill also can be put actually in the actual expenses which ma'am was asking. So this also one of the expenses, translation which we call, that also can be put. So this is required, like you have to, take care of the regional language also in which you belong, because your majority of the participants will be from that region. So we need to take care of it. Right? Any queries with regards to questionnaire and framing of in the regional language? Yes. Okay. Chalo, then let's move further. So as I was sharing the screen, which shows that in various regional language, Hindi you can see in front of you. Similarly, we did Marathi and those expenses we have put in it. Okay. See, one more utilization certificate I am showing. You can see the screen wherein for one more project, how the expenses and other things were laid down. You can see with the bill number, with the date, where it went, all these, with the voucher number details. You can see the vehicle number, other things. Then this is your utilization certificate for the amount and details of it. And here, as I said, you will put revenue stamp, signature, and the auditor would certify here. Yes. Fine. Till here. Okay. Ma'am, I hope your doubt is clear. I have shown you multiple now utilization certificates.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, any specific like questions you all want me to address? Otherwise, like what I feel is required, I am trying to show you all those things. See, this I will show you for one of the, not um, for the research proposal, but for the conducting of FDP seminar. That is also one of the research proposal only, but not for the project. This is for conducting for 6 days, 6 hours training program, which comes under capacity building program or short-term programs. So they even sponsor that. So in fact, if you want to try that, you are still finding it, new in the area of research project, you can actually do in the area, in such area, short-term courses, capacity building, you can try here. Then once you get confidence, then you can slowly and steadily go for the research project. Here you don't have to frame a topic or a title. You just have to identify a area here actually. Okay. So here I am identifying a area and in which you can see what are the details being put. You can check the details of, you need to mention the details of the person, coordinator, institute name. This is again the format given by the agency. We are doing filling the blanks actually, and any other projects approved and all. your details of thesis. Then comes the topic which you are planning about the institute, introduction, same problem statement, objectives, why you want to do. Then topic wise, you are giving a plan, who would be your target audience, and what is the relevance of it. Expected outcome means just their format, what is given, you are trying to fill in. And then the resource person, remuneration, this is again their format. Their format is up to 1 lakh rupees. And then they have put about stationery expense. We just modified certain things. So here we have put in a tabular format all those expenses. So you can at least try with this kind of similar proposal rather than, going with any of your project. You can try with this initially, and then slowly and steadily you can try actually for the projects one, right? So you can start with small projects, you can start with seminars, you can start with conferences also they offer. Start with this. Then slowly and steadily you can go for the research projects. Because this also gives credit to you in your profile. And this actually gives you the understanding. Here, how to, build the amount, utilization certificate, funding, how you can do in for such, small program, and then you can go for a larger one. Okay. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's it. Now we have another 15-20 minutes. We are open for the discussion if you all have any, because whatever I just wanted to share my experience with y'all, I have done it. Now up to y'all, like what queries y'all had and where y'all were facing difficulty. We tried to, give y'all some idea. Yes, we are open for any doubt, queries if you all have. Yes, no doubts. Please be.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to know how to interpret, means when we are done with data analysis, either for research article or for thesis, means sometimes we used to get stuck with the interpretation. Is there any tools available, AI tools, to means
Ma'am,
to?
see, when you're saying interpretation, it's from your data, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now, like, there is a altogether, because for every research, there will be a different tool used, different analysis, which will come, different interpretation, which will come. So for that, you need to attend. There are separate sections which is there on statistical tools and interpretation, right? So if your test is less than 5, more than 5, once you apply test, first you need to understand which test is appropriate based on the data what you have collected. There has to be a clear understanding. Once you get that, then you apply the test. And when you get the test results, how to interpret those test results. So there are statistical tools, separate altogether sessions for it. If not, we take the help of a statistician. Statistician, you give your data, whatever you collected, he will run the test for you and he will give you the analysis. Means he will give you the test run and what is the interpretation for it. But then what happens if you rely on the statistician and if you want to present it, you will not be, able to give justification why this test is being used and what is the interpretation of it, all those things. I hope I could answer, ma'am, your query.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, for abstract, I would like to know
For,
how to
for
go
ma'am,
about for abstract,
for
either
abstract, yes.
or thesis or any research project. What are the things we should keep it in mind when we are writing the abstract for
Ma'am,
these
it
things?
has to be written first of all at the end. Okay? Abstract always has to be at the end. And yesterday I showed actually my slide. If you want, I'll show it again. What should be the abstract covering? So wait, I'll again show that. So first of all, abstract is the one in the structure it comes first, but in the in actual process we have to write it at the last. So it actually takes care of your what was the purpose of the study, what was the specific goal, the research methodology, what you used, method, significance, what was the rationale, objective, and even conclusion. Means all these things in a very specific manner, because there are guidelines 250 to 500 words limit is there always for abstract. Within that given word limit you have to fit all these things in the abstract, right from your purpose, that was need, objective, methodology, then your findings, conclusion, everything. Got it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I showed yesterday. So all these things should be there in the abstract, and at the end you are writing, because why at the end? Your conclusion you are getting when, your findings you will get when, at the end only, right? So it has to be written at the end only. Yes, ma'am. Any other doubts? Okay, fine then. I guess there are no more queries.
Ma'am, if you want, if you would like to share any difficult project which you have faced a lot of difficulties in doing, if you want to share it, it will be
See, this
helpful.
was one which I said, na, like which we got the grant of 12, 13 lakhs. In this, uh, the major was the settlement. Like they were continuously asking X, Y, Z details, and we were just keeping on sending. Means the project settlement of the amount itself took 1 year. That way, it happened. So that was the biggest challenge, and we had to do a lot of follow up with them. And these are government agencies. They don't, immediately reply to you. So a lot of follow up mail, and even they don't receive the calls also many a times. They give the numbers, but they don't. So one of our team member, visited to the head office Delhi. No doubt there is, the amount limit is there. Na? With that budget only, we utilize the amount for traveling cost also. But then all the way the person had to travel there, and after 4 5 months we traveled and we got like what is lacking. They said file is being processed, it is under audit, soon it will be released. Then after 2 3 months the amount got released. The reason is because you have to pay to the appointees, field investigator, you appoint some research associate, so you have to pay. And if suppose you all have paid, you will pay from institute amount, then you have to reimburse to the institute. So all these things like challenges which are there, we had to face. And somewhere like we told them this is a funding project, so once the payment would come we will be able to. But how long they will also wait? It was like almost 8 9 months which took for settlement of the payment. That. Hmm.
Any difficulty in writing the research proposal?
I think the research proposal difficulty, if you say like getting the responses, we had to travel to Sindhudurg and Sindhudurg and all these things, places where people mostly speaks Marathi. So what we did, one of our staff who is Maharashtrian, we took that staff, and we were 4 members. So 2 members went with the staff so that he can at least explain them in stock in Marathi language and get that questionnaire filled from them. And most of these public in rural areas, they are illiterate. So he assisted us in getting these responses filled from these people. He was reading and he was sticking for them. So that data collection was also a slightly challenge for us, basically for the respondent. Even doctors, they were not giving us the appointment, so we took our students help to get the appointment. That also we did. So these were in terms of the data collection amount, and these data collection difficulties there in almost all the project. But here mainly it was for the traveling and the language barriers which we were facing. These were the two major difficulties. Otherwise time which we need to give. So we were waiting back after the college hours because we were told the college work should not get affected. We were not given the relaxation. So we were waiting after the college hours and we were trying to complete so that it gets completed within the given time. So these were some of the challenges.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experiences.
It was my pleasure, ma'am. So I guess with this we can end the session. Yes, sir. So I guess we can end the session, sir, then.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we have come to the end of the session, the 2 days workshop on writing research proposal. And thank you, ma'am, for your time and enlightening all of us on the different funding agencies and how we should approach, and the financial aspect also. And I'm sure that this would be useful for all of us, those who are seeking funding from UGC, DST, or ICSSR. And thank you. We'll continue and we'll come out with another good session which will add values to the participants. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It was nice interacting with everyone. Hope I could do justice with the given topic and share some of my knowledge and whatever work I have done with all.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.